Howdy, folks. Would you Wallace from NeedCoffee.com here. Back again for another Wayhomer review. Get myself situated here. Here's how this works. First of all, handoff. I can see myself. There I am. Hi. Yeah, my car's in the shop, but that did not stop me, and I am here. So we're back for another Wayhomer. Here's how this works. I've just left the cinema. That's it, somewhere over there. And I've seen a film, and I'm going to tell you about it on my way home. And today we're here to talk about Hanna. We're here to talk about getting a jump start. All right, so here's the deal. So Hanna, what's the deal with Hanna? Okay, basically the deal is this. Eric Bana plays this guy who is some kind of, ex-CIA spook or something. And his daughter, played by, and I'm going to screw up her name, and I don't normally, look up stuff before we leave the cinema, when we leave the house where we've seen the film, and I'm not, that's a euphemism, they call them houses, but we leave that, I go tinkle, we come out to the car, we shoot this, right? So I don't have time to look up stuff, and I generally don't look up stuff because it's just off the cuff. But I really honestly wanted to be able to say her name right, and I'm going to totally screw it up, because I did try to look it up on Wikipedia on my phone, and their pronunciation thing, it was so weird, my browser couldn't even understand it. So, Saoirse Ronan, I'm so bad with names that she's so good. We'll get to that in a second. Anyway, she plays Hanna, who's the daughter. And basically the deal with her is that she has been trained from possibly birth to be an ultimate badass, right? I mean, she's like, you know what she is? She's like a live-action anime character. That's what she is, with all the kicking and the shooting and the stuff like that, right? So yeah. Basically, the whole deal is she has been trained her entire life by her dad to go after one person, Marissa, who apparently was who knew her dad in a previous life, shall we say. And this is bad because I can see my own hair. What is it doing? It's mutating. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the film, mutating my hair. So yes, so basically, Hanna sets in motion a series of, a set of events that are going to take her face-to-face with Marissa, who, like I said, she's been trained to take out. And if you've seen the trailer at all, which has, I'm not giving away anything, but she means business, all right? And she can do a wee bit of damage. So that's pretty much the setup. Now, I'm kind of, God, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, I want to say that Cate Blanchett is fantastic. Ooh, spooky. Cate Blanchett is fantastic. Okay, now you know how in that Indiana Jones movie that we all try to pretend didn't actually happen, she was supposed to be playing like a really evil person, and it was just kind of lame? Okay, totally redeemed. In fact, she scares the crap out of me, okay? Cate Blanchett, awesome actress, all right? But she's scary, all right? She totally nails it and is fantastic. And Ronan, I'll just call her Ronan because her name is, there's too many vowels. Anyway, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, she's amazing. I mean, what's really amazing, well, she plays into the movie as I understand it. And the way I see this film is, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll just say this is an attempt at making a fairy tale. This is a fairy tale movie. Yes, there are guns. Yes, there is violence. Yes, there is quite well orchestrated violence, okay? You don't get any crazy Bourne Identity flipping around, oh, I can't tell what's going on because of the cinematography nonsense. No. You get some really solid fight sequences, but that's not the film. I really like films that look like one thing but are actually another thing. Like, No Country for Old Men is one of those. Road to Perdition is one of those. That sort of thing. I really respect that. And this is a fairy tale. You've got, you probably picked up on this. I sort of thought this might be where they're going the moment you see in the trailer, you know, a giant wolf head and Hanna wearing a gray hood. And I just went, ooh, this could get really good. And it really is. So I think if you go into this expecting, you know, I don't know, kind of like Judy Blume's Bourne Identity or something, then you're probably going to be disappointed. But go where the movie takes you. I think that would be my recommendation, is just go with it. And be aware, first of all, I need to see it again, because there's so much wonderful imagery in here that I just, you know, it's one of those things where you know those films where you watch it and you go, God, I didn't catch everything. This is one of those films. And I think if you open yourself up to what's happening in it, and just go with it, and if you see it in the context of it being a fairy tale, a lot of things that maybe you might not have gone for, you'll go for, if that makes sense. So I'm very, very happy with it. I thought like I said, the acting was great. Eric Bana was great, but the two female leads were amazing. And that's what I was going to say about Ronan. Because of the fairy tale aspect of this, because the fantasy world is our world, which she doesn't know anything about, and because she's been trained to be a killing machine, I'm not giving anything away, really, she plays this great blend of, there are moments where you totally believe that she's this machine. There are moments where the little girl in her comes out, and there are moments when there's both right there at the surface together. And she is just solid on the whole time. I mean, just like, wow, really, really good. And like I said, Cate Blanchett, when you realize what role she's playing in the fairy tale thing, you just go, whoa, she's perfect. She knew, and this must have been going on, because there's too much imagery and too much setup for this interpretation to be completely off base. But it is pretty spectacular. And great turn by Olivia Williams and Jason Fleming have a small role in it as well. The Chemical Brothers do the score, and it's quite fascinating that between the score and the cinematography and a lot of the colors and stuff like that, it's I would hesitate. I would warn against anyone like dropping acid and going to see this film. Not like, you know, I'm not the rock and roll doctor of movie reviews or anything, but not advocating drugs, but just prescribing them. I'm just saying it is hallucinogenic enough as it is. It is disorienting enough as it stands. It doesn't need any help. So yeah, I mean, it's. I don't want to get too much more into the plot or anything else, because I don't want to give anything away. Because I really do want you, first of all, to see the film, because I think it's definitely worth seeing. I mean, as always, I would say go catch a matinee if possible, just to save some money. But you know, if you want to catch a movie this weekend, I think this would be your one. So there's definitely that. But I do think it deserves to be seen on the big screen at least once, because of just the cinematography and the imagery that's going on. It's going to come across better on a big screen. And I think going into it at first, you're going to be like, which must have been on hallucinogens, because I don't understand why this is on the big screen. Why you wanted me to see this on the big screen. In retrospect, I think you'll get it. And it's one of those that I think it's the other thing about the film is I think you walk away from it and you want to chew on it a bit, because I'm still chewing on it in my head as I talk about this. Like I said, I don't prep these things, so I'm still processing this in the background as I'm talking to you. You know, and thinking for me is painful anyway. So, but the point is this: the point is, I think we're talking about a solid 4 out of 5. It's clever enough where I am so tempted to push it up to a 4.5, but I'm really gonna have to think about that before this goes up. But it's a solid 4, and it was teetering into 4.5, Phil. So I was quite happy with it, and I think, like I said, leave your expectations at the door, go along for the ride, and see where it takes you. And I think that is the best frame of mind to go into. If you go into it, like I said, expecting some sort of just an action film, I think you're going to be disappointed. But just go into it expecting more of an art film with some violence in it. And really, those are the best kinds, aren't they? Sometimes. Sometimes we don't want any art. Anyway, so there you have it. That's Hanna. That's what I would say about that. And yeah, very pleased with it. I hope that when they come out with it on Blu-ray, there just needs to be a just kick-ass commentary on this thing to go through all of the imagery and so forth. It's funny enough. I'll say this and then I'll let you go. We're trapped in the car in traffic, but anyway. This reminds me of the level of imagery and the decisions that went into why each shot. It felt like Shekhar Kapoor's Elizabeth, which Cate Blanchett, of course, was in. The original, not the crap sequel to that. Cate Blanchett, just stay away from sequels, please. But no, the original, if you listen to the commentary that Kapoor did on that film, just the amount of thought and imagery that goes into everything, you probably picked up on maybe half of it, if you're lucky. So that's what this film feels like. It feels like it had that depth of thought going into it, and really needs multiple viewings. So I'm very, very happy with it. So anyway, that's it for this Wayhomer. I'm hopefully on my way to pick up my car. We'll see. What I would say is a couple quick things. First, if you like these things and you find them helpful, then please stumble them, put them on Facebook, retweet them, whatever it is that you do, however it is you communicate with people, even if it's, I don't know, talking to them face to face. If you're a freak like that, then yeah, mention this if you would, because we do appreciate the traffic and it does help us out. And of course, if you want to help pay for the repairs of my car, you can buy stuff through Amazon if you're going to buy it anyway, and we get kickbacks and it helps pay for things, like the car that I've worn out doing these things, among other things. So anyway, I appreciate everyone watching, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.